Warning, what you are about to see is not a meme. It contains graphic violence and may not be suited for viewers under the impression that Paradoxical Outcome is not a good card in Legacy. Real deck, real card, super stoked, been working on this for weeks. Best thing I've done since Black Saga Storm, and I think it's going to be just as good, if not better. Check it out. Alright, TonyScapone back with some more mono blue PO. I know. Everyone's playing around with Beseech the Mirror, and I am a little bit, and I will make some content on it, but the problem is I am still thoroughly addicted to Paradoxical Outcome. So, and especially now since I've really turned the dial and tried to come out with the more serious lists, right? If we kind of poke back to what we were doing before, I was having a last-ditch effort at some fun with Mind's Desire, with Coveted Jewel, Phyrexian Metamorph, that sort of thing. But we have been trying to streamline it, make it more and more legitimate, because honestly, it's been performing very well. This deck is very real, even within the extremely hostile metagame, we'll call it. A lot of null rods, just blue-black tempo in general is pretty rough. And this deck is very good at playing from behind and being very flexible. Having the benefit of a couple of things, similar to how 8-cast plays a lot of forces, right? And then has a lot of card advantage. So we have that going for us where we're always going to have a chance, since we have a lot of forces and a lot of access to card draw. So we're pretty good at playing from behind, just catching up with cards like the One Ring, PO, that sort of thing. So what has changed? What did we put into the deck now that Mind's Desire and Coveted Jewel is gone? Well, we've gone up on Thoughtcast. I was for a while playing one Thought Monitor. I'm going to try to come off of it in favor of the latest thing that I'm trying out is Preordain. Now, you're probably wondering, wait a second, why Preordain? You probably understand why no Brainstorm, because there's no fetches, but why not Ponder? Ponder, similar to Brainstorm, not as significant, but Ponder really does need fetches to operate as intended as well. You're looking at 3 cards, sure, you get to reorder them, but similar to a Brainstorm, you are stuck with those cards unless you have some way to shuffle. So, if you see a good card that you do want, but you see 2 cards that are garbage, it's not good, right? If you ponder and you see a Thoughtcast and 2 pieces of garbage, well, great, now I get to cast my Thoughtcast and put 2 pieces of garbage into my hand? No thanks, especially when we're not playing Brainstorm, because Brainstorm and Ponder work well together, right? You can Brainstorm, put the junk on top, and then shuffle with Ponder. Or you can Ponder, and if you see multiple things that you like, you can they complement each other, right? But we don't really have access to that because we're not playing fetch lands. We don't intend on playing fetch lands. We shouldn't be playing fetch lands. We can't because we have requirements, heavy requirements with this deck, right? 2 things. You need Metalcraft, so you need a certain density of artifacts for that, as well as a certain density of blue cards for your Force of Wills, right? And since we play such a heavy amount, we play monoliths and keys, we have a very high density of artifacts, which makes it so that we don't have all that many cards that you can pitch to Force of Will. So we need Seagate to be able to do that for us. It's also just a very good action spell for the deck. We cast this card pretty frequently, actually. So it's very important. So we can't play something like Seat of the Synod, or ultimately we've decided we want more basics. It's safer, it's more non-artifact blue sources that we can, bounce Null Rod with. It's giving us more basics to be able to combat Wasteland, Blue-Black Shadow, that sort of thing. So that leaves us with Preordain, which is really the perfect cantrip for the deck, because if you see 2 junk cards, you can put them on the bottom. If you see a Thassa's Oracle, now you know Thoracle is on the bottom, which is exactly where you want it to be, right? We're not shuffling it. I mean, you can shuffle a Saga. That does happen. But you may wind up in a spot where you know you're not going to draw it, which is good. Yeah, so Preordain. We've added some baubles for a little bit of Mox Opal consistency, help out with Thoughtcast a little bit. Just smooth things, makes things smoother in general. And it allows Saga to be able to replace itself with a card if we don't otherwise have a useful artifact. You really need some sort of action card for it. Keep things rolling. What else? I guess for now I'm on 3 PO. I've been testing. We were on 5 for a while. 4. Sorry, I was thinking of the monoliths. So of course we still have the Basalt monolith, that being the 5th monolith. We're down to 4 keys. I do a lot of the times like 5, but it does become awkward sometimes. Despite the fact that we do have a lot of cards that key works with, sometimes you wind up with a couple of keys and nothing to do with it, or they counter your monolith, so now your key doesn't do anything, or they counter your ring, or whatever it is. I think 4 is a good number. I do of course split them for Pithing Needle considerations primarily. As much as the unblockable thing does actually come up a fair amount, I do think it is important enough. Initially it didn't, and I figured this was more important. It wins a lot of games. It really does. But then I lost enough games to Pithing Needle to know. Even though Pithing Needle usually is naming the One Ring, but if you don't have the One Ring in play and you have 3 keys in play, it's like, it can be pretty brutal. So, I mean, yeah, that's pretty much the list. It's becoming well-tuned at this point. The sideboard is probably the only thing, or not the only thing, of course, we're now trying Preordain. There are a few things kind of in flux that we're trying to flush out and, optimize, but the sideboard. So, for a while we were trying Automaton, Patchwork Automaton, the 2-mana artifact that is a 1/1 with Ward 2, and whenever you play an artifact it gets +1/+1, which honestly was a bit lackluster. The problem is if you don't have it in your opener, and in addition to that don't have a fair amount of artifacts that you're going to be casting, it just fell kind of flat sometimes. Not a great top deck, that sort of thing. Nettlecyst, however, card is fine in your opener, still castable, still going to be pretty large at really any point in the game, the vast majority of the time, right? And the later you draw it, the bigger it's going to be. So, and it equips onto other stuff. So, earlier today on stream, we suited up a 6/6 construct and swung with a 12/12. It was sweet. So I do think this card is good. Is it the right card for this deck? Maybe. We're testing it out. It's been okay so far. Hopefully it will continue to perform, because I do really like the card. And then we have some targeted stuff, right? Like Emrakul is just good against Painter. Gives us some serious points against Painter. Not that they can't deal with it, but it makes them have to jump through an entire another hoop to win. Torpor Orb, primarily for Breakfast and Doomsday. As much as 8 forces is nice, if they have a way of just jamming it down your throat over and over and having disruption. So, and sometimes we have to prioritize hands with lots of forces, and then we don't win quick enough. It's nice to just have basically just a hammer, right? Cards like this, Torpor Orb, Emrakul, right? They're pretty narrow, but where they're used and intended, they're just absolute bangers. It's kind of like something like Null Rod or Meltdown, right? Vast majority of the matchups, not going to do anything, but the ones that you need it, you really need it. So, Otawara, really just for any matchup where Island isn't something that's all that important, and we can just get that value and have an Otawara instead. Very flexible, obviously removes all sorts of stuff, can even bounce our own ring, which also comes up with Repeal, by the way. Surgicals for some graveyard hate, force negation, of course. I forget who, but there's someone in my Twitch chat who recommended this card, and we've been testing it. It's not. It's been very flexible and has been good. It hasn't been great, but it might belong. So I'm gonna keep testing it, and we'll see where it goes. But yeah, that is everything. And listen, if you're not familiar with what the deck does, it can be very explosive. And then all of a sudden we draw our deck. Not like we draw a lot of cards. I mean, we literally draw the whole thing and then cast Thassa's Oracle. Once you have Engine and you're untapping all your monoliths and your keys, you just keep tapping Ring, drawing cards, you draw your deck very quickly. And it can happen on low resources. Really all it takes is a Ring. Once you activate Ring a couple times, this deck just pops right off. And it's not like it's some fragile combo deck that's looking to go all in on that sort of thing. We have a bunch of interaction, forces, repeal, I mean, mainly just forces, right? But we have a ton of card advantage. So between Thoughtcast, Paradoxical Outcome, and the One Ring, and Keys pumping out cards with the One Ring, we can grind like really well. We're very good against control decks. And then, of course, we just have massive Saga tokens, similar to how 8cast does it, right? Saga plus forces. It's just Saga plus forces and really efficient card draw is just already a recipe for success. So it's been performing really well. I'm super pumped about this deck. I cannot stop playing it to the point where I mean, a whole, busted new Storm card, Beseech the Mirror, is out, and I haven't touched it too much. I have a bit. I've dabbled, and I will continue, and at some point I will really dive in. But right now, I just can't stop playing PO. So, I'm going to see you in the first round. Let's jam. Alright, here we are, round one against morsaaa. Hey, love your videos. Well, you're in one. Let's see. Yeah, we can keep this. It's not perfect, but most hands with this deck aren't perfect, but they tend to come together. If we draw Solan, Petal, Opal, Grim Monolith, or Key, it's a lot of cards. We're going to have a turn 1 ring. So that's 5, 8, 11, 15, 19 cards. It's like 40%. Seiju and Yavimaya. Okay. Shadow Spear was not one of those cards. Let's go Bobble. I'm still gonna play Grim Monolith here. And I'm gonna use my Bobble because I would not mind drawing a Force of Will. Prime time. Oh man. Over the top. Another Thoughtcast. Not exactly what we wanted to see. But we're gonna have a ring going. As long as they don't have a natural collector roof. Oh man. Are they gonna name the One Ring? Nope. Okay. It's good for us. Yeah, the One Ring is definitely the right name. Saga's a good draw. Let's play it. And let's go One Ring. Trigger, draw, tomb. I mean, it's not the worst draw, but we're kind of... Well, I don't want to say cold. I was going to say cold to collect roof, but we're not necessarily cold, right? What do they got? Maybe they're just going for a fast merit lage. Because if they do wind up collector roofing, we'll at least be making pretty large constructs. Oh, they're post. Okay. So I'm pretty sure they play a lot of main deck needles. So we might have to deal with another needle. Drop rotation. Okay. For a cloud post. Glimmer Post. Now they have 4 mana. That's messed up. Least favorite card in Magic. Is Cloud Post usually playing Karn? I feel like that's not the case. They did get rid of their Mazavith. They got a Tormod's Crypt? Yeah, I don't care about that. Ancient Tomb, okay. So, if I make a thing now, I can Thoughtcast. Yeah, I think that's worth it. I might be able to draw into a force. Did not. I did find another Saga. Dark Depths. Uh-oh. The One Ring. I can still attack Karn. Oh. I'm gonna chump with it? Okay. Alright, there's a force. We needed that. Let's make another thing. I don't know why, but my ear keeps popping every time I talk. So we're gonna want Voltaic Key. See, already playing around Needle. Let's play Thoughtcast. Okay. Let's play Opal and Saga. Then try to attack Karn. Surely they block here. Yep. Oh, it's indestructible. I didn't think of that. Right. Okay, that's cute. Very cute. Like, crypting me? I don't get it. Why? Alright. So now we're gonna have 2 attackers going at Karn. But now they have the One Ring going. We do have a force. But we also have more Saga tokens coming in. Engineered explosives. Yeah, that one's... It's gonna be a no for me, dog. Yeah, I guess we're getting rid of Thassa's Oracle. And they minused for that, so now they can't put a blocker up. They were pretty much all in on that. I don't want to say all in, I guess. I mean... And they're only drawing 1 here, because they didn't use that last turn, because they made it a creature. We know they have Prime Time. Glacial Chasm. Interesting. And I just got rid of our Thassa's Oracle. Now there's a Prime Time on the stack. So we're gonna kill Karn. It's gonna unlock. We're pretty much gonna draw our deck. I should not have pitched the Oracle. Like, I don't think we have anything in the main deck to kill Primetime. We can bounce it. Well, weird game, but I do think we lost this one. We would have won right now, but it's definitely a punt getting rid of Thoracle. Let's draw 2. Another Saga. Attack Karn. Attack Karn. We're at 9. Effectively 8. We can re-ring. Let's draw Paradox Engine. So let's untap here. Play Saga. Add this for green. Go Engine. Play Preordain. Untap. Bottom. Top, I guess. Let's draw. Draw. They're asking want a combo for content. They're ready to concede. I don't know how to respond to this, honestly. I don't want to just, like, be, you know, deceptive by saying, like, oh, you can concede. You know, we don't actually have a way to win here, though. But the fact that they're willing to concede tells me that they don't see it. So is that, like, fair game? You know what I mean? Let's cast... Let's cast a, Seagate Restoration. So we have no max hand size. Okay, so maybe that's our out. So we can bounce Prime Time. Doesn't look like we drew it, though. I need Repeal, and then we can force it on the way back down. We only have 9 cards. So let's play a One Ring. Let's go Reordain. Bottom. bottom. Let's Reardane again. There it is. Bounce prime time. Let's put some more mana into play. Yeah, both will take keys in there. And that should be enough. So if they make a 20/20, we just lose, right? But they have to let this go to do it. They can end step at 20/20 and then let the Glacial Chasm go. And then I don't have Repeal. And Ottawa is not in my main deck. They're going to draw. Needle. Okay. I guess I should have equipped Shadow Spear. Yeah, I figured the best thing is to just not answer and play. If they wanted to scoop, they could. But I'm not going to, like, you know, give some misleading chat messages to get them to scoop. Alright, so now we can go tap a couple of these, untap Opal. Might as well do some more untapping. And force it. Pithing Needle. This one's on Urza's Saga. Force it. Okay. 6 cards. I guess I shouldn't have let that Pithing Needle go. I'm gonna fail to find the island. Equip. And I'm gonna pass. Nothing I can see. I mean, this isn't gonna do damage, but send message. Sending the message. So Glacial Chasm. We have 2 rings available. They pay 4, they pay 2. So we have a couple rings and Force of Wills. I guess we can also PO a ring once, but we only have 5 cards. Maybe I shouldn't have drawn this many cards. Oh, plus they'll let their Glacial... Well, no, that doesn't make sense. Never mind. Don't take anything. Let that go. Nope. I did draw Force and Negation. So now I play the 1 ring. Doesn't matter. Let me pass. So I'm play a land. Not really it matters, but I'll play a land. We might get 1 additional 1 ring activation by POing. Oh, right, they can copy it. Okay. Move an ice counter, okay. Yeah. They're still losing life from the 1 ring. I think they're going to wind up winning, but I'm not sure. They pay 2. Like, they have another Thespian stage, but that's still 4 a turn. Are they going to survive at 1? Also, Mazavith could complicate things. Potentially. I mean, we still have 4 cards. Vesuva for Thespian stage. That's smart. Alright. Play the 1 ring. Yield. Keep one of them. Play a land. That's the turn. Now we're going to go end step, bounce it, go to 2 cards, draw step, go to 1 card, and then that's it. We won't be able to bounce it again without killing ourselves. Whenever they're playing, I'm countering it. Alright, no, this is end step, remove counters. Sure. Cool, cool, cool. Again, I think they're winning on 1 life here. Yep. Oh no, they get to do it. Wait, so they get to do it what? In their upkeep? So that they don't lose any life? So it's only life from the 1 ring. Interesting. I think they pretty much got us. Yeah, map. Nah. Okay, so we don't have to play the 1 ring this turn, because they can't make a Merit Lage. So they gave us an extra turn. Interesting. Saga and pass. As if they want to do their cutesy little trick, they pretty much have to tap out and they can't make a Dark Depths. Having said that, I don't think I can bounce this 1 ring. Sure, I won't die upon doing so, but... Okay, they're at 3. Are they going to wind up at 1 like I said? I think they are. No, because I only have... Oh, I used my force like a moron. I thought I had another one. I knew I should have used the force negation too. Shoot, now they're just going to gain a bunch of life. Yeah, I punted. I punted a couple of times. Okay, I mean, this should be a good matchup, but we do have to win 2 games in 12 minutes now. Do you like the repeals for the Pithing Needles? Torpor Orb is interesting, but probably not good enough. I like Otawara, and I like Emrakul. Or do I? Yeah, no, Thoracle's fine. Just don't get rid of her. Force of Negation. I don't think we need that. I'll play Raven form. And Surgical? I don't think so. No Shadow Spear. Let's go. Maybe I was gonna put one Force Negation, but we are ahead on clock, which is good, but ugh, we're still low on clock. Alright, this isn't bad. Of course, we have Thoracle as our one blue card. I'm putting it to the bottom. Not even giving myself the opportunity to make that horrible decision. Let's go Bobble. Bobble you. Play Suba. Let's play Saga. And pass. Wouldn't mind a blue card, but I don't think it's necessarily a requirement against them. Alright. It's a Sweet Forest. Pithing Needle. Do I need these? They probably name Saga, that's fine. If they name the One Ring, that's actually not fine. I'm gonna counter it. They do have a lot of needles, though, is the thing. It's kind of what they do. So hopefully they don't just re-needle here. At least we get one dude to apply some pressure, if they do. Stage pass, okay. Make a duder. No dude on this one. Let's go for Opal. The key. This plays into Force of Vigor, but they didn't. They should have Force of Vigor there if they had it. Okay. So they don't have it. Let's draw. Romp Rot. For what? Okay. It's kind of for F6 value, basically. Cloud Post, alright. And we get to attack. Pass it over. I think it's important that we countered that Pithing Needle so that we actually have a construct to apply pressure to Karn. Which doesn't look like they have Karn. I think they have Collector Roof. Oh, Rexage? Okay. Excuse me. I hit the key, alright. What just happened? They click no? Didn't they target key? Because you can target something, and then it asks you if you want to blow it up. It's a May. And I guess they said no by accident. Yeah, they misclicked. I'm gonna say no worries, I won't use it. Alright, I don't have much time, so I can't chat. Okay, so let's go. Let's draw more cards. Let's max out on mana and save our life total. Oh my god, I used it immediately. I I told them I wouldn't use it and I used it immediately. I won't use this one. Okay, okay. It's too funny. Don't worry, I won't use it. Uses it. Uh, shit. Should play this ring. I'm gonna play this ring and keep this one and make another token and attack. Alright, we should be able to pop off, but there's a lot of things they could do to stop that. I have a 2020. Honestly, I don't know why I played the one ring. The other one ring. The two ring, the second ring. Alright, let's make mana. Get another key. Oh, we could have just made them both unblockable. So draw, draw. Let's play this. Play engine. I was gonna say now you can scoop. Alright, now we get 6 minutes each for game 3. Do I like the current configuration? I think I do. This kills the one ring. Definitely worth mentioning. Maybe I was supposed to play 5th Force so I can force Karn. Alright, this hand is acceptable. Turn 1 Needle. I think I let go. So that means I just F6. That's really the only turn 1 play I'd be worried about. Yavimaya. Another Force. Let's Start with tap land. Okay, Glimmer Post. Alright, alright. There we go. Saga Monolith. I will counter a Force of Vigor. I don't mind blue cards. Alright, great. Blue card is a great draw. Monolith. Pass the turn. Question is, do I pitch PO or Thoughtcast? Boseiju. Then I get a land, which I can't do anything with. Okay. Interesting they didn't hit Saga. Slightly ahead on clock. Let's counter that. We haven't seen any Green Sun Zenith or Elvish Reclaimer. It's pretty clear they're not in this variant. That's a one rang. I'm in for it. I think we're supposed to skip the token since we have Force of Will. I get the one ring first. Alright. Drew another blue card. Once upon a time, that's fine. I'll pass it over. If they Force a Vigor my Urza Saga, I'm going to let it go, so I'm just going to F6 here. And the clock is a real thing, so it takes a bit for them to win. I guess making a 2020 is a quick way to win. Glimmer Post, sure. So that gets Collector Roof, which we can bounce and then counter, or we can just counter it. Although, bouncing and then countering gets rid of it, whereas if we countered this, they still have it in their deck, which makes further Green Suns. But I mean, I still think I just want to counter it. Alright, here we go. The spot you've all been waiting for. Thoughtcast. So let's draw first. Let's see, we hit. Oh, those are pretty good. Alright, let's go get a key. Let's play Monolith. Let's draw some cards. Ooh. Let's play key. Let's untap the One Ring. Show me the Paradox and I concede. Well, I don't have it yet, and I don't have enough time to be typing, so just gonna try to get there. My goodness. Monolith, Opal, Notcast, Pedal. Let's play Monolith. Can repeal a key. Drew another one as well. Play 1, draw 5. Right now, we have just enough to PO, which would have to draw into another Opal. No, we have a key here. Okay, so let's go like this. Let's go like this. Let's go like this. Play pedal, pedal, PO. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Right, there's the Paradox Engine. This one in there. Monolith. Monolith. I said I think you got it from here. Not going to time you out. I said, yeah, I have the engine. I can probably make it, though. All right, that was quite the match. We are 1-0 though, see you in round 2. All right, here we are, round 2 against Geodude Jared, whose name is familiar. Or I don't want to say he. The name is Jared, so I assumed, but they're often in my Twitch chat. Said hello, you're on YouTube. Good luck, good luck. Let's see. So we're on the play. Hand is asking a bit much, huh? This one's a little more reasonable. Can probably bottom TO. I don't think we're quite ready for that yet. It's one of the reasons I play 3, is you don't really want it right away most of the time. So I'd rather have a smaller chance of having it in my opener, and if I do, a much smaller chance of having 2. Whereas if you're playing 4 of something, you're just as good a chance to draw multiple of them as any other card, right? And I'm going to bolt this Seagate in and play Voltaic. Geodude Jared says, oh snap, hey YouTube. Okay, so let's do that. Now, it's an interesting question whether we use the bauble or not. I don't think we do, because I don't mind paying 2 for this Thoughtcast next turn. And then we could just cash it in afterwards. Goblins, oh baby. That one's gonna hurt. Yeah. Let's play Saga. Let's go for a Thoughtcast. Very close to being able to repeal this, but I can't. Alright, bring on the pain. Bring on the pain. Okay, force is not bad, but I mean, actually it's pretty bad. Because they're putting it in from Lackey, or it's going to be uncounterable anyways. Hopefully it's like Goblin Matron, and they just don't have it yet. Don't have it, 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 don't have it. Nice, they didn't have it. Yeah, that's honestly kind of medium. Ooh, port is annoying. Port is really annoying. Ugh. Okay. Land, land, land. Oh, that works too. I mean, we're still in big trouble, though. Do I need to bounce this Lackey? I can't get greedy and preordain. So no matter what I draw, I won't be able to one ring, which is what I would really want to do with it. I can repeal Lackey, draw a card. I think that's best. It feels weird, but I think this is the play. They can sack it if they want, but I don't think that would be good. Now, regardless of what happens, we'll be able to play out these... Or not regardless of what happens, but regardless of what would normally happen coming out of them. Even if they port one of our lands, I'll be able to get mana from like Petal or Opal. Not necessarily an Opal yet, but maybe. So it's crazy because this deck has been performing really well. I have so many 4/1s. So many 4/1s. And yet, no 5/0 yet. I keep getting robbed. Alright, coming in for 3. Now what? Mountain. Lackey. And port. Okay. Getting ported. Let's find a 1 ring, please. At least we can get Opal now. Yeah. Go Petal. Now we can go Monolith. 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 Preordain for the 1 ring? Come on. Definitely bottom that. I think I'm supposed to bottom it. Saga. Not good enough. It's a lot of mana. But we're gonna get hit for 4 at least. Then they can drain us for 4. At least. Presumably they put at least 1 goblin into play off a lackey. Or, yeah. And then, so that's at minimum 9. So we need to dodge an additional 4, which honestly is pretty unlikely. Like, very unlikely. Yeah, that's a Muxus. Muxus, Fuxus. Or that's probably just lethal, right? Yeah, whenever a goblin dies, we take an additional 1. And they shoot us down. Oh, it's the next card! Oh, brutal, man. Absolutely brutal. Do we want to try to hang and bang with Nettle Cyst? I'm not sure that we do. We go on another repeal. Lackey is a big problem. Yeah, I think I'm off of forces and put in some removal. A little bit of Nettle Cyst. Come down 1 PO. An Opal. Yeah, Nettle Cyst can block Lackey too, so maybe that's really important. Ooh, Torpor Orb? Wait a second. Get those in there. Over Bobble. Yeah, Torpor Orb is definitely worth it. Alright, what do we got? It's a turn 2 Nettle Cyst. I'll keep this. We'll get to equip it with Shadow Spear too. And it's a basic. They're probably going to try to overcompensate for the combo portion of our deck. There's a very real bear element though, especially when you bring these in. I do think I'm still going to use the Bauble. And I'm definitely playing out the Petal in case of Jealous. Raider Maker, huh? That's annoying. 1 ring, that's good. God, if we can draw Soul Land, Petal, Opal, Monolith, then we're good. Any of those? Preordain. That can't cast the One Ring. So I think we're in for this Nettle Cyst. And then hopefully we draw a Soul Land. And then hopefully they don't have that thing that can shoot it down. That doesn't cast it. It does cast that. At least we stall them for one turn. Come on, Soul Land. Come on, baby. Not quite. It's preordain. These are too late. Monolith would have been fine. Okay. Well, we're in trouble. So you can blow up Nettle Cyst with Crater Maker, then get in with Lackey. Does that mean I'm just supposed to attack? Then they might not even use Crater Maker. We should probably make them use it. It might mean that they wind up tapping their Wasteland instead of Wastelanding us. Another Lackey. They're not going to use it? Wow. That's crazy. And they're not going to Wasteland us? Very interesting. They'll probably blow up Basalt Monolith, though. And now they're going to come in with double Lackey. Thoughtcast costs 3. I think I have to cast Thoughtcast. Oh, jeez. Oh, this is not a great position. I don't like this one bit. I feel like we're about to get double Lackeyed. No? Okay. Well, at least they only get one, I guess. But if it's Muxus, it's gonna be brutal. It is. Oh, they only hit Matron. Love it. That's what you get for having sideboard cards. Okay, now what, though? You know? Now we're in trouble still, that's what. Desperately need Soul Land or a key. They're probably going to Wasteland us at this point, right? I mean, maybe not. They haven't done it yet. They are low on lands. They got Sting Scourger. Okay. Okay. We're not getting Wastelanded. They tapped out of Crater Maker. Come on, any mana source. Yes. Alright, let's get this one in. Go for the One Ring, baby. Draw. Yep, pass it over. So now they can... I don't know. They can't really do much. Now these Nettle Cysts are going to be huge. Wasteland, yep. Alright, we gotta at least find another ring. 2. Did not. We did find PO, which we already had. Let's try to find a ring with Preordain. Or a key. That would make PO really good. Alright. Okay. That's a key. Let's play the key. Play the Opal. Oh, I can even bounce my Nettle Cyst. Untap. I still have a land drop. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Am I supposed to keep the Basalt Monolith on board? The only artifact will be Opal. Definitely bouncing Shadow Spear, Nettle Cyst, Opal, Key. I think I'm supposed to leave these. Maybe not the One Ring. Okay, so let's bounce the One Ring. Leave Basalt Monolith. I think that's correct. Oh, if they have Pyroblast, we're blown out. They did show us Pyroblast. Oh, man. Ouch. Very painful. Yikes. Okay. We got a port going. 10, 11, we go to 8. Ring has us to 6. What else you got? Another Muxus. Oh, no. Okay. I've seen worse. We're alive. Are we untapping? You know it's a problem. They showed us they have traps, and I have actual 0 protection against it. So they can just eventually counter Thassa's Oracle? What do they do? They blew up Key. Respectable. There's another ring. Let's draw. 4, 5, 6, or 7. So if they counter a PO, I'm in big trouble. So let's go. I'm gonna play the One Ring. I can draw with it, hope it hits mana. Then I can PO. If I PO on the counter, I can't play the One Ring. That's just unacceptable. Could just go One Ring Nettle Cyst. Yeah, it's probably best. Do I want to get the new one? No, we can gain some life next turn, so I guess I just don't really mind taking 3. It's fine. 1, 2. Oh, right, but I'm taking 2 from this. Oh, shit, so I'm going down to 1. That's fine. Or no, I'm not. I'm not, because I just played the ring. Do we? Alright. Another Nettle Cyst is in. Ring trigger active. They can't really do anything. At least that I can see here. I guess if they do something to blow up Nettle Cyst, then we can't gain life. And then we could be in trouble. But they would have to have... No, they're going to tap themselves out of Red Blast, so that's good. Sling Gang is not going to do it because they're not doing damage to us. I might as well block one of these. Let's block Lackey, I suppose. Alright. We take 3. Draw 4. Let's go Monolith. Let's go Key. Let's untap. Oh, I can make this lethal. Because you can just equip. Wow. It kind of has like a haste effect almost. I like that. I like that a lot. Let's go City. Let's go Nettle Cyst. Let's go Equip. So 24/24. Let's go Opal. I can equip the other one too. Make it 36/36, and then make it have lifelink too. Oh, what a sweet way to win. Damn. That's cool. As long as you have one that's not summoning sickness, you can just equip the other ones to it. I didn't even think of that. Okay, so trap is going to be a problem. How do I deal with that? By playing some number of forces? I don't know, man. Seems real bad. No, I think I'm just winning with Nettle Cysts again. We always have Shadow Spear in our opener. Just every time. I'm going to keep this. We have a basic, and we have a Bauble redraw. I think we have a very good chance of turn 2ing a ring. Oh, nice, and they don't have turn 1 Lackey. That's beautiful. Bauble you. Another Vial is fine. Let's get a key out there. Alright, now any land, any mana source at all off of the top 2 has us going. Okay, so that needs another 0-cost artifact. So now you can include Bauble in the list of cards that gets there. Oh, right, they have port, sorry. I didn't see that. Yep, that happens. Okay, we're in there. Do we just want to play the Paradox engine? I don't think so. The One Ring protects us from Lackey. Honestly, if they had Lackey, they probably would have played it turn 1, though. But they could have drawn into it, right? Wow, Ancient Tomb is great. Now I can go Shadow Spear and Foretell. They're going to be like, what could this be? Foretell? Let me just Google Foretell cards for 5 minutes. Which they could do, because they're very ahead on clock. They did have Lackey. Interesting. Tells me maybe they didn't have, like, a big thing to put in anyways, so they just delay it with Vial. They probably have some interactive cards instead. But I think this is just going to overwhelm them. Alrighty. Got the Lackey held back. Lackey held backy. Warding. I can use it to key. Be taking extra damage if I start doing this now, but I think I'm fine with it. Or wait. Yeah, it's untap Monolith, actually. Let me draw. Or no, I'm sorry, we had already taken damage. Do we? Okay, so I'm fine with playing Saga. The engine. Exile the Lackey. Get Pyroblasted, maybe? GG's, they said. Alright, they're off it. Nice, we're 2-0. GG's. See you in round 3. Alright, round 3 against Blaze 5545. We have won the die roll. We take those. And I'll take this. Do I preordain? I think I'm supposed to. I'm just not sure that I want to. They kept on 7. No, because I don't know what I'm looking for, right? Like, sure, if there's some turn 1 combo deck, and they go off, and we would have found Force with Preordain, but Force might not even be a card that we want. Yeah, I don't really want Force against the Prismatic Vista deck. Or, I mean, I guess I wouldn't mind it to force through this One Ring, but we've certainly got some comeback mechanics here. Interesting question if I want to preordain now. No, I think I'll just come back with Thoughtcast if they counter this. Can't Spell Pierce it. Or they can, but it won't counter it. Just gonna Brainstorm. Hopefully for emergency purposes that don't get there. Excellent! I love it. Opal? Oh, that's pretty good too. So, do I want to cash in a Petal? I do. Oh, at this stage of the game, that was actual perfects. So perfect. Oh man, if we can get one more blue card. Alright, alright. Let's not be greedy. There's really not too much that I'm afraid of on 2. Decks like this are notorious for, their 2-drops are really just 2 1-drops, basically. They don't have much for 2-drops. Alright, we take 1. Let's draw. Okay. Let's go Opal. Let's go Key. I was going to say, if they found a counter, they will be countering this. Or they'll be trying to counter it. Another Brainstorm, sure. It's a lot of awkward brainstorms. Nice. If you're willing to brainstorm there, you're willing to force, so I'm willing to believe they don't have force. There's not too much reason to play another ring. I just want to be able to fight over Narset. So, yeah, I'm just going to play Island, and I'm just going to pass. Get rid of Opal. Could get rid of one of the 1 rings. Yeah, I guess I don't need this many 1 rings. Now I have Hardcast, Force of Negation, plus Force of Will. No doubt this is going to be a Narset. Could be Teferi, but nope. Is indeed Narset. Man, they're off it. As expected. Okay. So, I know from experience, or at least the last match I played, I didn't bring a Nettle Cyst, and then I realized I do want it, because though they do have removal, they certainly trim on removal, and Prismatic Ending costs 3 to kill this thing. Sure, you can kill the weapon, but you can just reattach this to whether it be a construct, another Nettle Cyst, whatever. I don't necessarily need Shadow Spear. I can play Ottawara over an island. I think I want at least 6 forces to be able to fight over Teferi and Narset. Repeal can bounce Teferi, Narset, and go down on POs. Assault Monolith. Do I even want to go down on Engine? The Nettle Cysts? Probably. Yeah, I think we're really just changing gears. Drop an Opal. Alright, let's try it. I mean, it's got some fast mana. We have some lands. We have a force. Redraw. It's not ideal, but I'll take it. Okay. Okay, whew. They certainly didn't have a force. Ooh. I'm willing to play this one. Just gonna blow 1 petal for it. This will turn 1 Nettle Cyst. And I'm gonna bobble still. Cast into the fire. That is not cool. Well, let's hope they don't have a red source. Ooh, worst draw possible. Okay. Now it's not quite as bad. Oh man. Shuffle and miss a land drop, please. No shuffle. Got a land drop, not a red source. Saga's very good. It even pumps Nettle Cyst. It's awesome. Alright, let's play Thoracle. Wow. These are both really good. But if they kill Nettle Cyst, Opal will get turned off, so I'm just gonna put another Saga on top. As reasonable as Thoughtcast is, I think this is better. Plus, they might just play, well, no, they can't really play Narset, so we'll just attack it. But we are coming in hot on the ground. And most of the time, like I said, they do board out some stuff. Wow, they got no red source. They didn't shuffle on the ponder. I don't... What is this? Let's play Saga. Makes this bigger. Get in. Then you got dress down. Okay. I was gonna say, that doesn't really do anything. Unless I... It makes it so we can't use the Saga token. They should have waited, because I may have gotten greedy and made it before damage. Then they could sweep up a Saga token with it. Yeah, this is going to be a brainstorm scoop. Okay, so cast into the fire is online, but they are getting hit by Saga tokens. Bobble's a fine draw. At these, make a thing. Let's get... I guess it's Petal or Opal. So I can make another thing on end step. Guess I'll just get Opal. And play Bobble. I mean, listen, if they have cast into the fire into Meltdown, then, well, we can still make one more Saga token. They'll wind up taking 6 damage. They go to 3 or 2. And then if they were to melt down, we could respond by making mana and then making a token, and then we get another art. We would kill them exactly with a 2/2. Okay. Okay. Still taking 6. We get to draw a card. We know they have cast into the fire. Alright. Jeez, how many dress downs you got? So they would need 2 red sources to... Oh, don't you do it, man. Don't you do it. Okay. So no meltdown. We know they have cast into the fire. They're at 2. So I think it's appropriate to use the bobble. Plains is next. That's not going to help them. Force and negation could be helpful. Okay. I don't mind that. Let's make a dude. Let's get Huddle. And cast into the fire incoming. Okay. Is it also a dress down? Number 3? Okay, Snapcaster. Snapcaster chump. Jeez. Yup. Honestly, I think this Force of Negation is going to win us the game. Oh, they take 1, they go to 1. We know they're drawing Plains, which doesn't help. But if they do have Meltdown, or like Brotherhood's End, I think they scoop. Yep. Nice. And we had a Force. Nice. We have 3-0. See you in round 4. Alright, round 4 coming at you, fighting for that trophy. We won the die roll, and we have a turn 1 ring. We take those. It's a little bit fragile because it is off of petals and a city, but we still take those. They did not mulligan. We're hoping for a no force of will situation. That's the kind of situation I'm talking about. Alright, we're in there. Let's draw. Monolith is good. It's definitely a good draw. Now we might be able to do something like play Monolith and pass with like force up, and then just follow it up with I win. Alright, we take 1 small price to pay. That's a fantastic draw. That looks like a win. Alright, play Ancient Tomb, tap, play Monolith, play Paradox Engine. What if I didn't have another spell? Alright, Wooded Foothills. Wooded Foothills. I feel like we probably don't need Shadow Spear. I'm gonna leave 1 Force Negation. I'm gonna bring a Repeal in. It's a pretty safe bet. And play an Otawara, although I might want the basics. But I'm gonna take that hedge. Do I want Raven form? I think I'll pass on that for now. Do I want a juke? I don't think I want a juke. I'm gonna run it like this. Not too much change, but just some, I feel like we are probably gonna run into some permanents. I'm worried about Otawara not being a basic island, but I'm gonna run it. We didn't show them any blue cards, did we? We went Tomb, Petal, Ring, draw. We played Bauble, and then we played, or City, Petal, and then we played Ancient Tomb, Monolith, Paradox Engine. So none of that would suggest that we're blue. Sand is fine. They mulliganed. He kept on 6. I think they're lands. Taiga, go. Okay. Taiga, go. Pedal. Pedal. Kind of terrified of Force of Vigor right now. Preordain. Alright. Do I want 2 lands? I think I do. Yeah, I think 2 lands is fine. And let's just play a key. Alright, no Force of Vigor. A Seiju. Alright, still consistent with being lands. Let's preordain. Like, I don't mind Monolith, but I still think we're supposed to dig for action. Yeah, I'm not sure that I'm willing to use this. Well, if I repeal, I can still hardcast Force of Negation. What am I looking for, though? I guess if I hit the One Ring, I'd probably play it. No. Oh, I see what's happening. Gotcha. Oh. They'd be putting... So they think they're just going to get us with Thassa's Oracle? I can just repeal it. Yeah, we don't have Nettlesis in there, and they're not even creatures. No Emrakul. Yeah, sure. I mean, they get to look at everything, but that's okay. Even in there. It's a 2-3. Ooh. Alright, now we force a negation. These rhinos. Brotherhood's End. Wow. That would have been real bad. We don't even have to use a pedal. I can untap this and counter it. And then we can put the Oracle back to our hand. Get back here. And Ottawa is not terrible. Do I just play it though? No, I want to be able to bounce a Rhino, I suppose. I do want to play Thoracle. I think I'll just blow Petal instead of paying 2 life. Yeah, let's do that. Like some selection. Ooh. PO draws more. I'll put that one on top. So Ancient Tomb and pass. We only have 3 cards. Hopefully no counters. Let's go Petal. Let's go filter one of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nice. Okay, they're off it. Yes. Sweet, we're 4-0. We're fighting for the trophy. Okay, here we go. Final round. We are 4-0. We are playing for the trophy. We've won the die roll, and we have a reasonable hand. I don't hate it. I don't love it. There are some awkward things about it. You want to play basic so you don't get wastelanded, but at the same time, I want to lead with Ancient Tomb so I have a chance to draw another Ancient Tomb to cast the One Ring. So let's see what they're doing first. You could also look at your own top of your deck, but to like see if you have another soul land. But then if you don't, you're probably still playing it, right? Because we're drawing 2 cards. So it's a Green Sun Zenith deck, which is likely but not surely to be playing Wasteland. And if they are, they might not even have it in their hand. I think I do go Island, but it's close. Alright, another blue card, that's good. It's another reason why I played Island, because if we draw a blue card, we can probably afford to be a little bit patient. Oh, and then we just drew Petal. Alright, I'm in. Let's go. Bang. Bang, bang. Ooh, that's a good draw, too. Now, if we have any 0 drop in the top 3, we can go Engine and then just pretty much win. Claimer is fine. Wow. What's up with people playing green cards? Key is good, too. Okay, so no 0 drop, but it's okay. Now we have double force up. Let's go... I think I still just want to go Engine. Yeah, that's fine. We have double force, and after the first force, we can untap our ring. I just can't think of anything that beats us right now. Even Glacial Chasm just doesn't matter. Thanks to Thassa's Oracle. Alright, we take 2. Draw 3 more. We play a key. Draw 4. Untap. Draw 5. Tap. A Monolith. Draw 6. Draw 7. Play Petal. Oops, draw 8. Draw 9. Play Opal. Draw. Let's get some blue mana. Draw 2. Draw 2. And... wow, third to last card. Play Thoracle. Easy game. So... its depths, they're probably on Abzan. That's what they've mostly been playing, so that they can play Bowmasters. I like Repeal, I like Raven Form. Not sure how huge I am on Force Negation. They can generally beat the fair stuff. I think I'm just going to play the additional land, because it bounces stuff too, but I'm fine with just having one more land, I think. I don't want Shadow Spear. I don't want any actual commitment to the fair plan, because they're just so well built to beat that sort of thing. Yeah, I'm going to take Force Negation out. I mean, it's good against Green Sun Zenith, but we do have 4 forces. So I'll just cut a bobble. Let's go. Okay. This one's a little bit awkward. I think I have to mull this. This one's better. They just passed. Okay. So Force of Vigor situation? Weird. There's a land. I think it's actually a no-lander, and they just have, like, double Force of Vigor. Let's see if they Force of Vigor this. They did not. Do I want to foretell or play Monolith? I'm gonna play Monolith. Now they get some juicy Force of Vigor-ness. Now, I could go Monolith, Opal, PO for 3. Actually sounds really good. I think if they had Force of Vigor, they would have used it. Really? Well, now I'm going to pass. And if they Force of Vigor, I can just PO in response. And once upon a time, Endurance I don't care about. Come on, use it. Yeah. Blown out. Unless they have a second one, like we initially thought. You still get to draw 1 card, and they're going to go down to 2 cards in hand. I think they're just upset. Let's hope they're just upset and that they don't have another one. Alright. Not like, I don't wish that my opponent is upset. I just mean, if that's the case, then we're not getting Force of Vigor again. Hmm. A tough choice. I guess just one of the monoliths. Don't necessarily need 2 of those. It is definitely awkward if they have surgical. Seiju, okay. It's not the end of the world. They only have 3 cards. We have a full grip. Let's see. I think we have enough removal, and I can just play Adawara. So we're probably going to wind up casting Seagate. 3, 4, 5, 6. We're 1 shy right now. Let's cast Preordain. Ooh, baby. Yeah. Let's go Key, Opal, go Thoughtcast. Thoughtcast again, but we have to use an Opal. Yeah, I'm just gonna untap. I'm just not really afraid of anything. I know we don't have Force, but any permanent they play we can either kill or bounce. Force of Vigor is like the only thing, really, and we can at least save one of the things with Repeal. Crop Rod. That's fine. So what, they're gonna make it 2020? Get wrecked by Repeal? No. Why did they get... oh, because they didn't have white. Gaddock Teague. That's fine. Alright, let's go like this. I could just repeal it. No, you can't cast X. Yeah, let's exile it. See you later. Let's go. I could Seagate post Opal to draw 4. Or I can just start Thoughtcasting. Yeah, there's a Force. Another Thoughtcast. Cast the One Ring. We're just running away with this game. Just crushing them. Oh my god, this deck is so sweet. It's like everything I've ever wanted. I get to Storm. I mean, there's no actual Storm cards, but it's a Storm deck, okay? You cast a bajillion spells and you draw your whole damn deck. And you get to play Force Wills, Mono Blue, you get to play PO. I mean, come on. What more could you ask for? I'm actually just going to cast Seagate. Actually, I might as well first Draw some more. 2, 4, 6. We got Ancient Tomb. 4, 5, 6, 7. Cast Seagate. Draw 10. Casual, draw 10. There's an engine. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana. And then we can play a bauble. Sweet. Good game. That's going to be the trophy. We just breezed through this league. Crazy. Let's go engine, bauble, draw, tap, draw, tap. Ooh, the perfect amount to 6. And then opal. Got 0 cards. Boom. That's game, baby. That is game, set, match, league. Count it. Trophy, baby. Wow. That felt smooth. Okay? I tell you, I've had a ton of leagues that feel like this, and then you just kind of get robbed on one of the matches. It's magic. That happens. But I'm hitting a lot of 4-1s with this deck, and now our first trophy with it, which is sweet. Super happy about that, obviously. But things are feeling really smooth. I think Preordain, like, it's exactly what we needed. Like I said, it's the latest thing that we've added, and it was to the point where, like, the Preordain was like another land, sometimes a 5th key, sometimes the 6th force, a 2nd repeal, the 4th PO, the Thought Monitor, 2nd engine. Just, like, all of those are fine choices, but they all have a certain amount of clunkiness to it, right? Like the 5th key, like I said, you don't want those double key, no monolith hands, and you really want to reduce the chances that that's going to happen. And if you have 2, have a really small chance to get a 3rd one. But still enough where we can keep things moving. I think 4 is a great number. We have Saga. If Saga didn't exist, you would need more, but Saga gets key. And a lot of times that's exactly what it is getting. So the 5th key, sometimes clunky. Force of negation certainly isn't necessarily force of will. I think 6 oftentimes feels like too much. I do want to have just a bit more than 4, so 5, naturally. Is pretty good. PO, beautiful card. Obviously, it's one of the engines for this deck. However, difficult to set up early on, and thus, I don't want 4. Because 4 means you're going to give yourself the highest chance possible of having it in your opener, and generally speaking, 4 means either one of two things. 1, you don't mind having it in multiples, or 2, it's so important that you have it that you must run 4. And I don't think either of those are necessarily true for PO. I don't want to go below 3 because I do want to draw it, and I do want to draw it reasonably soon, right? Like, you can set up for this card. You can turn 1 it sometimes, but you can set up for this card, you know, frequently for turn 2, turn 3, turn 4, and I don't want to be having to dig forever for it. And it is a monster in comparison to something like Thoughtcast. And as you saw, we got to dodge that Force of Vigor. Oh my god, that was kind of the play that was like, okay, we earned this one, right? We deserve this league. So I think 3 is the correct number. A 2nd engine. It's easier to say, look, when we draw engine, we win, right? But usually it's just because we're already winning and we're just looking for engine to end it. Having said that, this is still a very powerful format, and you don't want to be passing the turn. And usually when Paradox Engine allows you to end the game then. Not that there aren't other ways to get through your deck without engine, but it's the easiest way to do it. And sometimes, or a lot of the times, the other option is to draw a bajillion cards and, have like 3 forces available and have to get them the next turn. So engine can just close the door real quick on low resources too. As long as you have like a couple soul lands that can get it out there. We saw that where all we had was a ring, cast a spell, untap it. We have a high enough density of zeros where you can keep it rolling pretty easily. At one point I was playing 2 repeal. It felt unnecessary. It's nice that, you know, the floor is so high in just bouncing a Mox Opal for free. It's free mana and a free draw, so it's literally just, you know, a cycler, a 0 mana cycler. A lot of the times, not always. So as a one of, like if you just draw it when you don't necessarily need it, it's not a huge deal. However, if you play 2, you are frequently drawing it, and it isn't always ideal. So I think the 1 is fine. We saw that do some work. We got to bounce our own Thassa's Oracle because our Rhino's opponent cast that like suspend bribery card. That was freaking sweet. We got to do a lot of sweet things today. We got to just kill a Gaddock with Raven form. That was sweet. And nothing that like Repeal wouldn't have done because it's X. I don't think we had other options too. That really lined up well. We didn't play against Painters, so we didn't get to Emrakul. We didn't really play against much Torpor Orb stuff. I think I meant to bring it in at one point, but missed didn't get a chance to do it. Nettlecyst just slapped around that control player. That was awesome. And we got to suit up for a 36-36. So good. Obviously, the forces were bangers when they were needed. We didn't have to use Surgical. Ladawara. Yeah, we got to really showcase things. So, I don't know. At this point, I don't want to change anything. I feel really good about this list at this moment. I'm not going to like lock it in and say, oh, we're done. The tuning is done. No, I mean, I need to test this card more. I need to determine whether or not this is truly worth having. It does improve some difficult matchups. The question is, how much does it improve it? So we'll keep an eye on that one, and we'll keep an eye on Nettlecyst. So far, has been impressive. Patchwork Automaton fell flat pretty quickly, and I think after a league or two, it was pretty obvious it's not where we want it to be. This is, however, a banger, an absolute banger. So we don't necessarily cast a lot of artifacts all the time, but a lot of the times we have a bunch already in play, and so what happens is it's a good top deck still, right? It's fine early on. We can cast it easily. We play a lot of artifacts and sagas quickly, so it's a reasonable threat early on. But then, as a top deck, it's still fine, because the later on in the game, the more artifacts you have in play, the bigger it is. You get it. So, I don't know. That's about it. Hope you enjoyed this one, and maybe in the near future I'll do some Beseech the Mirror content. See y'all next time.